The paper that introduced the VC dimension, titled, "On the Uniform Convergence of Relative Frequencies of Events to Their Probabilities," was published by Vladimir Vapnik and Alexey Chervonenkis in 1971. This groundbreaking work laid the foundation for understanding the capacity or complexity of hypothesis spaces in machine learning, and provided a framework for analyzing the generalization ability of learning algorithms. The paper begins by addressing the problem of learning from examples, and the need to estimate the probability of future events based on observed frequencies. Vapnik and Chervonenkis recognized that a central question in this context is how well the observed relative frequencies of events converge to their true probabilities. This problem is particularly important in cases where the available data is limited. To tackle this issue, the authors introduced the concept of VC, Vapnik-Chervonenkis, dimension, which measures the capacity of a hypothesis space, or a set of possible functions, to fit arbitrary patterns in the data. They defined the VC dimension as the maximum number of points that can be shattered by the hypothesis space, meaning that for any labeling of those points, there exists a function in the hypothesis space that can correctly classify them. Vapnik and Chervonenkis proved fundamental results regarding the VC dimension. They showed that the VC dimension determines the rate at which the empirical estimate of the probability of events converges to their true probabilities. Moreover, they established a relationship between the VC dimension and the growth function, which represents the number of distinct dichotomies that a hypothesis space can generate on a given set of points. The authors derived upper bounds on the growth function and linked it to the VC dimension, demonstrating that the VC dimension controls the complexity of the hypothesis space. This observation was significant because it provided a theoretical justification for the generalization ability of learning algorithms. It showed that if the VC dimension of a hypothesis space is small, then the learning algorithm has the potential to generalize well from a finite sample to unseen data. Furthermore, Vapnik and Chervonenkis established the concept of uniform convergence. They showed that if the VC dimension of a hypothesis space is finite, then the relative frequency of events in the observed sample converges uniformly to their true probabilities as the sample size increases. This result formed the basis for understanding the statistical properties of learning algorithms, and provided a mathematical guarantee for their performance. The paper also discussed the practical implications of the VC dimension. Vapnik and Chervonenkis emphasized that estimating the VC dimension for a given hypothesis space is a challenging task. However, they provided methods for obtaining upper bounds on the VC dimension based on geometric considerations. These bounds allowed researchers and practitioners to assess the complexity of different learning algorithms and compare their generalization properties. The introduction of the VC dimension had a profound impact on the field of machine learning. It provided a theoretical framework for understanding the trade-off between model complexity and generalization performance. The concept of VC dimension became a key measure for characterizing the capacity of hypothesis spaces, and played a crucial role in the development of learning theory. Vapnik and Chervonenkis' paper laid the groundwork for subsequent research in statistical learning theory and helped shape the field of machine learning, as we know it today. The VC dimension remains a fundamental concept in the analysis of learning algorithms, providing insights into their behavior, limitations, and generalization properties.